Hey everyone, it's Megan from Bookish Delights. And today's video is going to be my 2021 reading goals and a look back on my 2020 reading goals to see how well I did or didn't do. Normally I don't have this much time to film on my lunch break, but because I had to get up early for my dance appointment, I was able to get another hour free for my lunch break, and my parents aren't here. They are on the way home from my dad's appointment, so I have this random slot of free time while I'm waiting for my noodles to be cooked. So I'm just going to quickly do this video. I was planning on going to be doing recent reads, but I need to compile all those books together and I don't have time to really do that right now, besides also eat and, you know, get ready to go back to work. So that will be a later video. I did miss an upload last week because I just didn't have any time to film, so just stick with me, bear with me. Hopefully I can get a video out once a week, but again, my work schedule is crazy. Life in general is crazy. I've just been doing a lot and I don't really get a lot of free time anymore to sit down and actually film, and I don't like filming when my parents or anyone is home because I don't like them. I don't know, I just feel awkward when people are able to like see me or hear me talking to a camera. Maybe later on I will get over that. I'll be able to film a little bit more, but I guess let's just get right into it. So I'm gonna go down my list of 2020 reading goals. I'm not gonna go too in-depth with these because 2020 was just a bad year for everyone. So spoiler alert, I didn't do a lot of these. So the first goal I had was to read 100 books. I think I got to like 77, but there was time in April where I just didn't read anything. I don't think I read anything in May, or if I did, it was probably like 1-2 books. And then November, again, that was a bad month for me, so I didn't read a lot. So I got close. I got around 77 books read, so you know, that's still a really good number. Moving on, I had read more classics. That didn't happen at all, but again, I just hit so many slumps. Use NetGalley more. I keep forgetting that I own a NetGalley, but now that they have audiobooks, I think I will use it more. So that didn't work out. Focus on series. I've started. That didn't work out. I did progress in some of my series, but then I also started other series. So, you know, that starting the new series kind of canceled out my progress in the ones I've already started. The next was read more of my physical books. That I did do, but then I also bought more books, so my TBR, my physical TBR, didn't really go down that great, or didn't really go down that much. So yeah, so I did kind of complete that one. It's just I also bought more. The next one was buy less books. Now, I did buy less books in 2020 than I did in 2019 and maybe even 2018. Those, like, the first 2 years that I was on, the first year that I was on YouTube, and about like half a year or the year before I consistently uploaded on YouTube, I did buy a crap ton of books. But in 2020, even though I did buy quite a few, it wasn't near as much. And hopefully it will continue to go down this year, but it's kind of hard when there's some really good new releases and there's just a lot of like backlist books that I want to read. Moving on is read more ebooks. That I did not do, though I did read a lot of audiobooks or listen to a lot of audiobooks. So, because I have a lot of ebooks on my iPad. That's what I use instead of a Kindle. So I have acquired quite a few ebooks and I do need to read a lot of those. But the thing is, with a Kindle or an iPad or whatever, they don't take up, all those books don't take up physical storage for physical space. So that wasn't really like a main priority, but I need to make it a main priority because I have a lot of good ebooks that I want to read. The next one was read roughly 100 pages a day. I don't know why I put this as a goal because I'm not always in the mood to read every day, and there's times where I just don't have the time to read so much. Like I'll probably only get like a couple pages in before I have to go on and do something else. That didn't happen at all. And like I do tend to get in reading slumps, and I am a mood reader, so like I don't know why I decided to go with that goal, because I guess it was supposed to help me with reading my physical books and just to read more. But it's just, when you kind of set a challenge, something like that, it can tend to put you in a slump, because then it becomes like, oh, I have to read 100 pages. Like it's kind of like nagging at you. It kind of becomes like a chore, and my battery's flashing, so I have to hurry this up along. So I ramble a lot, even though I said I wasn't going to go too in depth. So moving on, we have read more hard-hitting books. I did read a few hard-hitting books, but not as much as I wanted to. Like it was probably like a handful. So I do want to read some more. So if you have any suggestions for hard-hitting books, leave them in the comments below. Write better reviews. I was doing really well with my reviews at the start of the year, but then, you know, I hit my slumps. 2020 was just a bad year, so I kind of just stopped doing good reviews. But because I want to get into using my NetCali more, then I want to start getting into reviewing better instead of just having like a couple sentences. And also it will probably help with talking about books on my channel. Expand my genres. I believe I've expanded my genres. I used to usually only stick to fantasy and dystopian and sometimes a little bit of contemporary, but I've been reading a whole lot more romance. I've gotten into more contemporary romance, gotten into poetry, there's graphic novels, I've been getting into comics, and I'm still on the fence about historical fiction. I like historical fiction, but it has to be like a certain niche, like just one that it's either a hit or miss with me. So again, I've been getting into sci-fi. A lot of fantasy also tends to be sci-fi, and I've been getting more like own voices, and that one I do believe I've done. So I checked that goal off. Finish criteria more often. This coincides with the Words of Whimsy reading challenge, and that I did not do. I can't remember how many criteria there is, but I finished criteria last month for the game, and hopefully I can finish it this month. So I'm off to a good start already this year, but last year, like I said, it was a shit year. A lot of stuff didn't happen. Read more Mary Higgins Clark, V.C. Andrews, and Sidney Sheldon. That did not happen, even though I love their writing and I own quite a few of their books. Like I have a shelf dedicated to, or like a bookcase dedicated to those three authors. So yeah, that, I guess that will carry over to this year as well. Mary Higgins Clark is like one of my favorite thriller mystery writers, so hopefully I can read more of those books. DNF more books. I didn't do too great. I think I DNF'd like a total of maybe 3 books last year, and not DNFing books that don't catch my attention tends to put me into a reading slump And I used to be a person where, like, even if I don't like a book, I would have to read it. But I need to get out of that mindset because I know that's what puts me into a reading slump. So I just need to DNF more books. Although I did DNF historical fiction that I had an arc on for NetGalley, which kind of sucks because I want to support authors, but it just wasn't for me. And then the last one for 2020 was participate in more readathons, which I did. I participated in, I think I did contemporary-a-thon at one point. I can't remember Reading Rush, but that's kind of, that was a shitstorm last year. And then I did a couple other readathons within, like, my group, not my group, but the book group that I'm in. So, yeah, so now I'm gonna get into 2021 reading goals, and I didn't write any of these down. I'm probably just gonna list them off, and that will be, they're kind of the same as last year, but not as many. I tried to read 100 books this year, and I'm, like, 2 books ahead of schedule already, so, you know, I'm doing pretty well. More hard-hitting books, more people of color and own voices and BIPOC. So expanding my genres again. More Mara Higgins Clark, V.C. Andrews, and Sydney Sheldon. I want to focus on my physical books as well and focus on the series I've already started, but I'm really not going to beat myself up if I start more series because I just have so many books that I want to read that's already on my shelf, and a lot of them tend to be the start of a new series. I want to read more thriller and horror and mystery books because it's one of my favorite genres, but I don't read enough. I don't know why I'm clapping my hands for doing this. I don't read enough of that genre. I do want to write more reviews for NetGalley. I have requested a couple audiobooks. I'm not going to worry too much about ebooks, but like I said, I still will read them. Like, they don't take up a lot of storage, like physical space, so I'm not too worried about that. And I also want to buy less books, and that will coincide with reading more of my physical books to get my TBR, my physical TBR down. Also, I want to DNF more books because that does put me in reading slumps. And basically, just I want to have fun reading. I just really want to have fun and read when I want to read and not force myself to read. So all my usual goals, I think a lot of people have these similar reading goals as well, and I'm not really going to beat myself up over not getting these goals completed. Like, I just want to have fun. I want my videos to be fun for you guys. I just want this to be an inviting environment and channel for you guys to just come, sit back, relax, get any book recommendations from me, and just have a chat with me in the comments. So yeah, I hope you guys like this video. Like, kind of a little bit rushed. My battery has been like flashing since the start of this video, and I'm surprised it hasn't died, so I'm going to end it here. Hope you guys like this video, and hopefully this will get uploaded on Monday, and I will see you guys next time. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, hit that little bell icon to receive any notifications, and if you have any comments, questions, concerns, or video suggestions, or book suggestions for any genre, or especially hard-hitting, then leave them in the comment section below, and I'll be sure to get back to you, and I'll see you next time.